Come on, I said we thank God for the healing. I said, Lord, we thank you for the healing. 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 Does anybody thank God for the healing? I said he's already here, but guess what? That blood got to go. Anybody think about his body? Does anybody thank the Lord for the healing? Thank God for the healing. Thank him. I'm sorry, y'all got it. I told you I was going somewhere once he walked in the door. And God, we thank you for the anointing that's on his life. God tell y'all the reason why he's been going through what he's been going through because he's a prophet. He had a prophet experience. Real prophets have to deal with near-death experiences for the devil trying to take them out. And that doesn't happen when they're old. It happens while they're young. But we thank God for the healing. Give me 5 one more time, man. Clap your hands and give God some praise. Thank God. That's a relationship. A lot of times, Lord, I thank you. I'm going to preach hard because see right there tonight. A lot of times, a lot of people, what they have on us is nothing but a rumor. Jesus. Have you ever been in a place where you have walked into church, and when you walked into church, everybody was looking at you? And when you walked into church, not only were they looking at you, they seen you and they had an opinion about you because of what somebody said about you. Oh, y'all don't want to talk in here. Come on, talk back to me. I promise you. A lot of times we get to places where people will only perceive things about you because of what they have heard about you. Lord help me. And one thing about it, they won't get to know you because what they have heard, they have put a block, they have put a guard up, so they won't receive anything that you have to say to them. God help me here. But one thing about it, where they mess up at and where they go wrong at is because, Lord help me here, you got to be careful who you don't receive something from. God help me here. Because the one that you don't receive something from might be the one that has your blessing right there in your hand. I'm a firm believer, yes, people will say things about people, and I'm not the one to go ahead and jump down what everybody got to say about everybody. I'm the type of person I like to find out on my own. God help me here. Because I realize that sometimes when people have a rumor about somebody, 9 times out of 10 is not factual information. All right, God help me here. Some people sat there and said, oh, this and that about you, but when people got next to you, they begin to say, hold up, this is the person that you was talking about. I'm seeing something different contrary to what you have said about them. Have you ever been to a point where somebody has said some things about you? Lord help me here. And then that's where people don't want to hang around you. But when people begin to get around you, they begin to say, I see something totally different than what you are saying about this person. God help me here. In this season, what God is getting ready to do, God is getting ready, God help me here, to let people come in contact with you that had a rumor out on you just to make the devil out of a liar. God help me here. Is anybody tired of people saying this and saying that about you and tired of doing you dirty, trying to say there's nothing with you? But one thing that I want to tell you on tonight, that God has anointed you for something. God help me here. And one thing about it, God has anointed you to be lied on. God has anointed you to be talked talked about. God has anointed you, Lord help me here, to have people sit there and say this and that about you, and they don't have the factual information about it. But in this season, God is saying, if you just learn how to hold your peace, God help me here, and let me fight in this battle. What people are saying about you, they're getting ready to turn around and run to you for prayer. God help me here. What people are doing to you, they're going to turn around and say, I need your help on some situations. It's going to be the same ones, God help me here, that said it was nothing with you, are the same ones that going to come and say, I'm going through a storm right now, but I know that your prayer will bombard heaven to pull me out. Lord help me here. And one thing, like the Bible said, what the devil meant for evil, God is turning it around for my good. And I want to tell somebody, yes, people have been talking about you. Yes, people have been saying things about you. But it's good when people are talking about you, because that's a sign that you're doing something right. God help me here. It's good when people are trying to dog you out, because that's a sign that you're on your way somewhere. And see, one thing about it, my brothers and my sisters, I would begin to get nervous if nobody wasn't talking about me. All right, Lord help me here. I would begin to get nervous if somebody was saying that there's nothing with him. Oh, Lord help me here. Because you know the funny thing that I laugh about it, Apostle, is that a lot of people say, and I've heard rumors about me, some people say he's arrogant and he's stuck up and he's snobby and you can't talk to him and all that type of stuff. People have said that type of stuff about me. Some people even came out of their mouth and said, ain't nothing really with him. He's fake, he's prophet lying and everything of that nature. But the same ones that sat there and said what they had to say are the same ones that's coming back and saying, you know what? He's not arrogant. God help me here. He's somebody humble. Lord help me here. One thing about he's not a prophet liar. If he says something, Lord help me here, God is going to perform it. And so what I love about God, God works in reverse. God help me here. And what God is doing, God is working in reverse. Lord help me here. Somebody touch your neighbor and say, neighbor, God is working in reverse. He's working in reverse. And so what we have now is that we have people that have rumors about you but don't have the factual information about you. And when they have a rumor about you, they think that they know you. God help me here. They think that they know you. One thing about it, the only way that you can come in contact of knowing me, you have to have a relationship with me. And so we got to be careful of decoys. God help me here. That we only have relations and not relationship with. Because one thing about when you are in relations with somebody, they're only with you for the benefits and what they can get out of you. But when you are in relationship with somebody, they will say, I'm with you through the thick and the thin. I'm with you when people don't want to say nothing about you, when people are dogging you out. Better yet, when you are in relationship with somebody, nobody should feel comfortable coming to you about the latest gossip about them. God help me here. Because one thing about it, if we are in relationship, if there is a covenant, that means I got your back. That means no matter what you're going through, if I got it, you got it. Because we are in relationship. In relationship, that means that I can stick with you through the storm and the rain. In relationship, I can stick with you when you got it all and when you ain't got nothing at all. In relationship, that means I'm going to have your back when everybody else is turning your way. But one thing about relationship, that means we have become one. God help me here. Because when you look at the word relation and ship, it's two words becoming one. It's a compound word becoming one. And see, one thing about it, that's how you get is only one Lord, one faith, and one baptism. You got God in Jesus that are one. God help me here. When a man is joined with his wife, God help me here, the two shall become one. Because that is an indication that they are in relationship. But one thing I've come to find out about relationships, you better be careful of what relationship you get into. Because not not every relationship is a good relationship. Lord, help me here. Oh, y'all don't want to be honest. See, some of y'all want to talk about how Samson, Lord, help me here, messed around with Delilah. But you don't want to talk about how Potiphar, wife, tried to sleep with Joseph. God, help me here, trying to mess up the relationship. So you got to be careful of who you come in contact with when getting in a relationship. Because when you come in contact with that person you're getting in a relationship with, you got to understand you're about to contact some spirits that they are dealing with. You got to understand you're about to contact some things that they are going through. God, help me here. You're about to contact some of the garbage that they are dealing with, some of the stuff that is on them. But you got to understand that when you are in a relationship with somebody, you can look past their faults and see their potential. God, help me here.